Well, let's begin with the breaking update. What we are learning with the top Pakistani politician and a close aide to the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has now acknowledged that during Operation Sindoor, Pakistani military had barely 30 to 45 seconds to assess whether a BrahMos cruise missile launched by India carried a nuclear warhead. Now, the close aide of Pakistani Prime Minister made this interview admission, saying that the launch of a BrahMos cruise missile during India's Operation Sindoor left Pakistani defense apparatus completely scrambled. While Rishabh is joining us live right now, Rishabh, after Operation Sindoor, we are looking at back-to-back admissions that continue to be made by the Pakistani leadership. They have been admitting, as far as the Pakistani Prime Minister first said, that he was napping when India hit them. Then he has been admitting, as far as the other leaders are concerned, that Pakistani crucial air bases that have been hit and completely destroyed. And here is the close aide of the Pakistani Prime Minister making this admission in a TV interview, saying that they barely had enough time to even assess what hit them.
Well, a country calls itself a nuclear country, and then such revelation coming in from none other than the advisor of the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Rana Sanaullah is not just another politician in Pakistan. He was former interior minister in erstwhile governments, and now he is advisor to the Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif for security analysis as well. Now that he's saying that they have barely 30 to 40 seconds, showcases that how meticulously India planned Operation Sindoor, and when Pakistani army got involved in, against India, it was India who was very clear what they are hitting. Noor Khan Air Base happens to be the jewel for Pakistani Air Force, and the moment they realized that the jewel has been hit, no other option but to run for shelter. It happened back in Kargil, it happened back in 1971, it happened back in 1965 as well. Whenever Pakistan believe that they are under attack and they do not have response to it, they run to Washington. Earlier it was Bill Clinton in 1999, now it is Donald Trump as well. Justifying that it was Donald Trump who mediated between India and Pakistan for a ceasefire, or for that matter an understanding to cease the hostilities at the line of control and international border. Pakistan in a way is accepting that they were at the receiving end, and they could not have done anything but to ask help or seek help from Washington. So all the claims that Pakistani army have been making that they have won, they were victorious in this whole skirmish between India and Pakistan, falls flat, and it has been busted by none other than but the advisor to Pakistani Prime Minister Rana Sanaullah itself.
Well, multiple of their leaders who seems to be highlighting their own failure, such kind of admissions that have been raised. Rishabh, who were they banking upon really? Will China come and rescue them? Will US come and rescue them? Will Turkey come and rescue them? Who are those few countries that actually came out in support of Pakistan itself? Because as far as the role of United States is concerned, it has been made absolutely clear that the DGMO level talks that it happened both sides. It was a bilateral conversation that happened between the two sides of India and Pakistan. Well, Major General G.D. Bakshi is connected with us on the phone line. G.D. Bakshi, sir, here is a top Pakistani politician who seems to be saying that they barely had 30 to 40 seconds to assess what hit them because they were unaware of what BrahMos is, a cruise missile that was launched by India, and they didn't know that if carried a nuclear warhead or not, and saying if it had, then the world would have plunged into a greater war.
So they can fire the Shaheen 2 missile, 1,200 kilometer range, 700 kg payload, and which could be nuclear, which could be conventional. They can fire that. They can fire the Fateh 2 tactical ballistic missiles. How do we know what the warhead was? We didn't know. The BrahMos is a conventional missile. It is a supersonic cruise missile. So it's not really designed for nuclear delivery. We have our whole series of ballistic missiles, Prithvi, Agni, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have those for nuclear delivery. We don't use BrahMos for nuclear delivery, but they fire tactical ballistic missiles, which can have a nuclear warhead, which can have a conventional warhead. We were equally at us till it exploded. And they lofted one Shaheen, 2 Fateh 2 missiles, and they were preparing a second Shaheen.
Well, that is the point, because they have been admitting their failures, sir. And this is also coming at a time when this admission has been coming on part of their own leaders, because we have seen the Pakistani Prime Minister admitted that when India hit them and destroyed their air bases, well, he was busy catching up on his beauty sleep. Thank you very much, Major General G.D. Bakshi, for joining in.